Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is so echoey in here. I'm trying to open up the door. Today I'm going to be filming a video of how I do my highlights. Now let me take you through how I do my roots first. I do have a base color on my hair in which I use the Clairol Soy 4-Plex cream and the color 8NN, which is a double neutral base. Now I use this just to kind of bring up my hair to what you see it right now. Now reason being is I found that when you do that, when you do your highlights, they pull up a lot faster. Now when I use this, I only use a 20. I never go higher than a 20 even with my bleach. I would still like to have some hair. So even at one point I was platinum in a bleach that I'm going to show you was how I was getting there, and it was always just 20 volume peroxide. Now a quick disclaimer, I am not a professional, so what I do to my hair is what I've done to my hair, what works for my hair. I've learned from my mistakes. Please believe that I have had my hair just break off, I've had my hair fried, I've had my hair like bright orange. Even though it looks kind of orange in this light, I promise you it's not. And I'll try. See, it's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of like a honey blonde color, which is good because that's what I want. Now, like I said, I do that. As you can see from the back, I don't do my back, although I do have something coming up for that. So stay tuned. I'm so excited. I'm going to do something crazy to my hair, and I haven't done something crazy to my hair in such a long time. I'm just thrilled. So anyways, let's just get to it. The first thing that I do is before I do highlights, I part my hair, and I will show you real quick how I do that. Okay. So like I said before, this is what works for me. Doing your own highlights is not easy. I dread it. I've thought about dyeing my hair back to my dark brown. I'm like a level 2. So you can only imagine how much work this takes. And even I just did my roots about maybe a week ago, maybe almost 2 weeks now, and you can see a little bit of my hair starting to grow in. So when I was platinum, it was a pain in the ass trying to keep up with the platinum blonde hair. I mean, to sit there and bleach it and tone it and then purple shampoos and all these things. That's why I dyed it back to brown, and I decided to just more to go with just highlighted a honey color. So anyways, so this is how I part it. Now the reason why I part it this way is because I can do highlights here. I do foils. I don't do a cap because my hair is too long for a cap. And even if I could do a cap, I like doing foils because I feel like I have more control of where I'm going to put those highlights at. So I always part my two sides, the middle. Now the middle only goes to like right here. So you can see I have done highlights back here. But let me tell you, that is not an easy task. I struggle with that. And you know, I highlighted my hair so much now that some of it just looks just one color even though it's not. So I don't have to worry about making sure that it's all like even, I guess. You know what I mean? Like when I pull it through. So once it gets to back here, I kind of just wink it. Like if you want perfectly done highlights, I would suggest going to a professional. If you have black hair and want to take it to blonde, unless you're okay with making mistakes and maybe losing some hair, you know, I would recommend going to a professional. Same thing with going blonde to black. A lot of people think, oh, that's not going to damage your hair. It does damage your hair. That's a shock to your hair. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Sorry, I'm usually not standing, so I feel like I got to dance or something. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of hurry this along. I'm trying to do some of it like in front of the camera so you guys can see it, and then I don't have a lot of room in here, so it's a little bit difficult, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna show you guys real quick how I mix my bleach and what I use, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so what I use for my bleach is Prism Lite. You can find this at Sally's. This is like their generic of oh my goodness, I forgot the name of it. Colors, I think it is, by Clairol. Except with Prism Lights, you don't have to use heat, which I love. I don't think, if I remember correctly, I haven't read the instructions in such a long time, but you're not supposed to use anything higher than a 20, so keep that in mind. You can, I'm sure people do all the time. I, however, do not. I don't think I ever have. So I tried the blue one, and to me it left it super duper orange. It was just expected. Anybody who has dark hair color, you have a lot of red undertones. So of course when you're bringing that up with the bleach, that's what it's exposing. It's exposing all of those red undertones. Now I feel like the purple one, when I do bleach, it leaves a kind of a yellowish, which makes it easier to tone. So as you can see, that is a purple powder. Now let's see, I'm going to do, I'll probably do like 2 scoops for now. I hate running out when I'm doing this. I kind of want to do heavier highlights right now. Summer's coming, so I do want to go a little bit lighter. However, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it now or if I'll do it next time around. So I go ahead and mix that. Now, the way that I mix my developer, I don't really measure it. I just kind of do what feels right. So as soon as I get to the mixture that I want, then I stop adding developer to it. But I like it to be not so runny, only because to me it's a lot easier to control and it's a lot easier to make sure that I don't get hairs that are already blonde. I do have some pieces that are like almost white. Now, another thing that you must know when bleaching and try not to overlap is that bleach does expand. So even, you know, I used to run into this all the time when I was platinum. Like, it took me a long time to realize that the bleach was expanding and that's why it was overlapping. So when you're doing that, you have to keep that in mind. So another thing that I do, and I do this because I have a lot of hair. Let me post this up before I spill it. Is before I put that foil, like after I pick what I'm going to do, is I do put a little bit of bleach on the foil itself. I do, before I foil my hair, I do like to put just a little bit of bleach on the foil itself. Reason being is I feel like, I don't know, it'll get some, probably not a lot, because as you can see, there's not a lot on there, but it'll make the hair stick to it, and there'll be some bleach on the other side too, because sometimes if you accidentally pull through too much hair, it won't all take, so it won't all go blonde. So I'm going to go ahead and switch you guys back to me so you guys can see how I pick what I'm going to highlight. Guys, I got you a little bit closer to me. Sorry, I'm dropping everything. So you guys can see, the way that I like to start it is I go a little bit lower. Now, what I try to do also is I try not to grab parts that are already highlighted because I don't want breakage. So I'm going to show you guys real quick how I do this. Now you want to get thin hair. When you grab the hair, you don't want to go too thick, because if you go too thick, like I was saying before, then you're going to have some of that hair that's actually not going to lighten. Either it's not going to lighten or it'll be just red because it didn't get enough bleach. Okay, so see, that gets it as close as possible to the scalp. Now you have to be really, really careful because you don't want to get the hair, that line right there, because then it's just going to look like it bled, which means you're just going to have a strip of bleached a bleached area. And because it's so close to the scalp, you'll realize that anything close to the scalp, because the scalp releases heat, will process a lot faster. So you don't want that. And a quick note, I did work for a beauty store, for a popular beauty store for about 7 or 8 years. So, you know, when you work at a place like that, you don't get trained, of course, like a professional would, because they have to go to classes and that sort of stuff. But you do get trained so you know what to tell customers. So like I said, between that and my own mistakes and seeing what people made, the kind of mistakes they made, I kind of found my own way on how to do things. So, and like I said, this is my way, and I hope it helps somebody out there. Alright guys, as you can see, I already have my sides done. Now I'm going to start working on the top. Now, when I start working on the top, I actually start from the back. Now, like I said, since I do this on my own, it is very, very hard to get a straight line. As you can see, that's pretty far back. So I try the best that I can. See, I don't really care if, I don't know, I do care that my hair looks okay, but I'm not very specific when it comes to like the way the highlights turn out. Like, are they in a straight line? Are they even? Only because my hair is already so light everywhere else, it just blends in anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and start right there. Of course, I'm not going to get all of this, but I'm going to take a piece of that and start working with that. These are the times that I wish I had 4 hands or a helper, either or, because it's kind of hard. And you may ask why I do my own hair. Numerous of reasons. Number one, because I worked at that place. I kind of felt like I could do it on my own. You know, I felt like I had enough knowledge, and if something went wrong, I don't know, I don't really get mad at myself, and I don't really freak out. So I don't really tend to freak out. It's not the end of the world if my hair's not as blonde as I want it to be, or as red as I want it to be, whatever color. I just try it again. Number 2 is I have a lot of hair. I have a lot of thick hair, and my hair being at a level 2, a lot of places can't get it the color that I want it to be. They'll get it into an orange and call it blonde, and that's it. And when I wanted platinum hair, I wanted platinum hair. Like, I didn't want orange, I didn't want yellow, I wanted platinum. So I remember I had somebody, way before I decided I was going to go platinum, tell me, if you can't get your hair that blonde without hair dye, mind you, this is professional, then you shouldn't even touch it. And to me, it was like, screw that. I take that as a challenge. And yes, I'm going to dye my hair platinum. And I did. So, and I don't have like $200 a month or $100 a month to be, I'm a stay-at-home mommy. I don't have that much money to be spending on myself. So I buy the products from Sally's. They last me forever. And I don't need to be spending that much money, although if I was rich, I would. Because I'd much rather be sitting in a chair reading a magazine than doing this myself, but I actually don't mind it. It's actually kind of fun, especially, like, I'm excited to do the bottom of my hair, which will either be hot pink, purple, or lavender. I haven't decided yet. So it's always exciting to kind of do your own creation and be like, yep, I did that. So, I guess it's kind of like an artistic thing. Okay, and so you guys saw, as I was talking, I did pull these right here. Of course, bleach, I do this all the time. It has to be facing you. The bleach part. so I can touch the hair. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Is trying to get it right here. What I do is I start applying the bleach where I can see it. I don't go anywhere near the root until I feel that I've put enough bleach on there to where now the hair's not going to move. Then I'll take it closer. As I can see now, I don't take chances. So if I think at all like I can't see it, which I've done that before, I've gone too far back and I can't really see it, I won't go near the root. I'll do it a little bit off the root because I don't want it to bleed. I don't want a stripe of just blonde or yellow or orange or whatever color it's going to decide to be, depending on how much bleach I get on there. Now another thing that I do, and I don't think I mentioned, is anytime you do highlights, you always, when you highlight that hair, always take a row. Now, see, right here, I messed up at night. That belongs back there. But like I said, when you're doing it yourself, it's hard to be perfect. So we'll just throw that back there. But always take a row and like, oh my goodness, that is not straight at all. Okay, let me try to get this. Well, I must have taken, but always take a row and just throw it back. So that way there's some dimension in there. Alright guys, I did my highlights or whatever I was going to do. I have some back here too. I didn't count the foils. Normally I do like 3 on the side and go all the way back. My battery's dying, so I may make this a 2-part only because I know this one is pretty long because I was explaining a lot of stuff. So the second video I'll post right after I post this video. And again, if you guys like this video, would like to see more videos like this, just let me know in the comments below and subscribe to my channel. Alrighty, see you next video. Bye.